Welcome to the next in a series of my winter edges videos where I explain all the little things I do that not only keep me comfortable and eat properly throughout the winter, all little edges which will help you to put more fish on the bank. And in this video we're going to be talking about spod mixes. The first time you've come across my channel and you like this type of videos and you want to see more of these type of videos, then you may want to think about hitting that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, and you'll never miss another video again. So, Spodmix, Winter Spod Mix. First of all, I want to talk about what I'm trying to achieve by laying down that bed of Spodmix. Now, I want the fish to be attracted. I don't want to fill them up, but if they do eat the Spodmix, I want it to be highly digestible, so they carry on feeding, and they carry on feeding throughout the winter. If you start using things like high oil pellets and fish meal boilies, then you're just going to clog them up. The fish get a bad tummy and they stop feeding. What I want to do is give them lots of different size particles, you know, like 10 mil boilies, hemp, maize, sweet corn, all those type of things, so they can't regulate their sucking and they're more likely to feed, and I'm more likely to get a pickup because I'm preoccupying them, because they're not moving about as much because the water's colder. I'm laying out a little bed. It might be a big bed, it might be 2 or 3 spods, it might be 25 spods, but to get them rooting around, a bit of competition for food, and ultimately to get them to pick up my hook bait. So the basis of all my spod mixes, whether it be summer, autumn, winter, spring, is hemp. It's got to be about the best particle out there. Everything that swims will eat the hemp. It's got such a high mineral and protein level that it's actually used by humans for their well-being. There's loads of different hemp products out there which us humans use. The other good thing about the hemp is the oil that it produces has a very low boiling point. So even if the water's like 6 degrees, that oil keeps on kicking out. It doesn't freeze, it doesn't glug up, it still becomes liquid. So the first thing I put into my mix is the hemp. I add chilies to my hemp when I cook it up to give it that extra little bit of fire, that extra little bit of pizzazz that makes it stand out from everybody else's. If you haven't seen my video, I'll stick a little link up there of how to prepare chili hemp the easy way using a cooler box. So that's always the base of my spod mixes, whatever time of year it is the chili hemp. It's really easy to use, but you can buy it as well. There's CC Moore do it, Hinders do it. You know, there's lots of different companies out there that do ready prepared chili hemp. So that forms the base of all my spod mixes. Now, especially in the winter, I want to create like a cloud, like a haze in the water column around my baited area, and there's no better particle than naked groats. It takes on a milky consistency and it takes a flavour in, and when I prepare it with the chili hemp in the same cooler box, it sucks in all that goodness from the hemp. It really is a really good milky particle, giving loads of carbohydrates to the fish as well, and it looks a little bit like maggots. So if you're fishing a water that uses a lot of maggots, or maggots have been banned but you have used maggots before on there, then the naked groats is the way to go. I've done very well over the years including that into my spod mix, especially in the winter time, because you can put all different types of liquids in there. You can put condensed milk, you can let the hemp juices all suck into it, you can colour it, you can add powders to it, you can do all types of things, but it sucks it all in. It's a very porous particle and grows about 3 or 4 times the size once you cook it up, and thus takes on all that goodness, all that liquid, so none of it gets wasted. Now that forms the base of my winter spod mix. I like to add a little fleck of colour as well, like about 1/4 of a can to half a can, depending on how much of the spod mix I'm making up, of sweet corn. You know, you can go and get that in kilo bags out of the frozen section of Tesco's or Sainsbury's. You can also buy little cans of Jolly Green Giant if you haven't got the space to freeze it. Just add about half a can, 4 or 5 small handfuls of it, mix it all in lovely, and that'll give a little fleck of colour. And all fish love sweet corn, so you can use a bit of that on the hook, or use plastic sweet corn on the hook. I've used that quite a lot of times over the years and caught a lot of fish, especially in the winter time. The old plastic fantastic, and that takes on a nice flavour as well. You can flavour your plastic with tallow. That's another good little liquid to flavour up your plastic hook baits, and it all adds to the attraction of that spod mix. Next thing I add in is the 10 mil baits that I'm using that have already been matured, using liver powder, sucking in. I either use beta stim liquid to coat the 10 mil bait, or hemp oil, let it suck it in, and then I add liver powder or green lip mussel powder, anything you really want to add really. They're the two which I mainly use, which have worked for me in the winter. Now leave those for a couple of days to mature, to suck it all in, and they go quite sticky, and you get a coating of the liver powder around the baits which sucks it in. I call it maturing them. Now I did a video on this as well in my winter series that you've probably seen. I put a link to that up there, so you can go and watch that after you've watched this, and that will explain to you how I go about maturing those boilies. That is basically what my mix is. I might add, if I'm feeling a little bit generous, put some crushed tigers in there if you can use them, some whole tigers, some maize as well is a good addition to it, little bits of salami. You can add whatever you want in there. You know, it really is up to you. You can become a mad professional and put lots of bit in, but I like to keep it simple. That's my base mix. Now that is highly digestible, highly attractive in all the water column, so it'll pull fish down, it'll pull fish that's cruising past to the side, and they just love that type of mix. So there you go. I hope that's helped you. I hope that's given you some ideas for the base of creating a winter spod mix, and it's a mix which is, I've caught literally hundreds of fish over winters over the years. So if you like these videos and you want to see more of these videos, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, and I'll see you for the next video.